little snowy. But who knows? It looks like we might get a dusting, maybe up to a couple inches. We'll keep our fingers crossed. And I'm sure Sue Weems will keep her fingers crossed because snow is skiing. It's good stuff. So welcome to you, Sue. Sue's from Great Glen Trails Outdoor Center. And it's looking good up there, though. Conditions, considering everything, and not even considering everything, they're really good today. Tell me about that.
Yeah. We've got good skiing. It's really fun. People have been really pleased to come up and find out how good the conditions are. We've had the trail system open pretty steadily since mid-January. So even though a lot of places are suffering with a lack of snow, we've had good skiing and continue to have good skiing, and every little bit helps. Yeah,
absolutely. We'll never, not want it, but it's good that you guys have those conditions. Well, you have the higher elevation too. Yeah. At the base of Mount Washington, it really is spectacular. I mean, people stop there just to look at the view. Yeah. It must be amazing to work there.
The last couple days, with these blue skies and the mountaintops are all white, it's just been so beautiful. Yeah. And a lot of times I get there early in the morning and the mountains are pinking up. It is amazing.
Now, is alpenglow, that's typically in the morning, correct? Versus in the afternoon when the sun sets, or how does that work?
At least this time of year, it seems like that's certainly when I'm really seeing it. And
that's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just worth making the drive to see the mountains, but also come up, stop in, recreate with skiing and snowshoeing, and maybe the snow coach.
Now, what kind of wildlife have you seen this year, this season so far?
Oh, we've got a turkey that's very comfortable with people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of folks.
Well, now that it's past Thanksgiving, I'm sure it is.
He's feeling safe, right, right. Yeah, he's been right at the top of the snow tubing hill.
No kidding.
There's an apple tree there with lots of apples on the ground, and this turkey's just been, standing there munching on apples as people come by and they stop and they take a look at him. And he doesn't seem to.
No, is this like a big boy? Is this a big Tom?
It's a big. I think he's a boy.
If it has that hair, that beard coming out.
Yeah, you're right.
You'll have to look for me next time.
I will. But it's a good
for
size,
next November.
Good sized turkey, yeah.
Oh, that's so much fun. But on the trails, I mean, you could see everything from a snowy owl to a moose to all sorts of great animals up there.
Yeah.
Never a guarantee. And the trails themselves are beautiful enough, but it's always a special treat.
Yeah. Howie has seen river otter.
Oh, I love otters.
Yeah, the Appalachian Mountain Club comes on Sunday mornings, and they send one of their naturalists to go out with people who show up. It's about 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, and they go out and do a naturalist talk and tour, and they look at the tracks, and they've seen the river otter tracks and coyote. Fox, so yeah.
Awesome. Well, winter is the best time to do that, obviously, for the snow and the tracks. You don't have to stick to the muddy areas. So it works real well because, again, wildlife, it's wild, so you never can tell when you're going to see it or not.
Yeah.
But let's get to the calendar because we have a lot of stuff coming up. Let's start with today. You guys are having a demo day.
We are. We have 3 companies coming, Atomic, Swix, and Rosignol. And they're bringing all kinds of great gear, their newest gear for people to come try out. Okay. And all folks need is to just buy a trail pass at Great Glen, or season pass holders come and take advantage of the demo day. We're also running a sale in the outfitter shop on those particular brands.
Okay, is that all hard goods as far as just skis and stuff, or is there soft goods, do you know?
I think it's primarily hard goods. Okay. And I mean, you can see I brought in a beautiful pair of Rosinols. These are my skis, and
are those skate skis?
They are skate skis.
Is that your preference now? Because if you don't know, Sue is an Olympian, and what did you compete in the Olympics?
It was the 1984 Olympics, and at the time it was primarily classic skiing, although we did marathon skate. But we used classic equipment.
But wasn't there only like a certain distance you could do that sort of skating motion, or I don't?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's the following year was when skating really came on the scene, and people went without kick wax on their classic skis, and they had to skate. If you go without kick wax or a pattern, you have to skate.
You need that edge.
And at first, the Scandinavian countries, some of the countries wanted to make sure that classic didn't disappear. So they limited in their top races, they limited the amount you could skate. So ensuring that you would have to put kick wax on.
Still have that technique and
yeah. And it was quite a volatile year. There was a lot of controversy, huge amount of controversy. And then the following year, the International Ski Federation decided to have the two disciplines.
Oh, good. So they separated it so the rules could be a little bit more concrete for both.
Yep.
Have you found that skate skiing has overtaken classic as far as the popularity?
Well, I smile because I love classic.
Yeah, I classic ski. I've actually never skate skied.
Oh, really?
I have to try it, but all my gear is classic, and you get some skating involved, but not the same.
Skating's become really very popular, and it's very popular with alpine skiers transitioning to cross country. A lot of bikers. It's a nice crossover for bikers.
Okay.
But still, classic's still really popular. And skating really requires a hard platform. It came about, I think, a lot because of the big grooming machines. We're creating this, really firm platform.
In a wide lane, right?
Yeah.
So your tips don't catch?
Yeah, exactly. So, if you want to go touring in the woods in unbroken snow, classic is definitely the way to go.
Okay.
And I'm really glad that the Ski Federation decided to keep both classic and skating because they're both great forms of skiing.
Right. And I just, cross-country skiing is the sport that I've done throughout, like being pregnant and all this other stuff, where I haven't always been able to alpine, and I've always been able to cross-country ski, and I just absolutely love it. And you get out in the woods, it's so quiet, and it's fantastic exercise.
Yeah.
So on the event calendar, you have a great event coming up, and we have others to talk about, but the Bill Koch event, let's talk about that, because that really is to encourage kids to get into the cross-country world as well.
Yeah, it's a huge event. It's an annual event, but it travels throughout the New England states. So it's only once every 4 years that it's in New Hampshire. And Great Glen bid for it. We had to put in a bid last spring. It's sanctioned by the New England Nordic Ski Association. And it's going to be March 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
The event title is the TD Bank BKL Bill Koch League Festival. And we got a presenting sponsorship from the Valley Originals here in the area, which is a really great help.
They have been doing so many things like that. It's great.
Yeah, it's super. They're very supportive, and it's going to attract. Generally, it attracts about 400 kids taking part, and their families come.
Okay.
The kids are they're elementary aged up through 8th grade.
Oh, and so what's the youngest when you say elementary? Can a preschooler show up?
There could be a preschooler.
Okay.
Yep. We have what's called the Lollipop Race, and that's probably one of the cutest events of the whole weekend.
When I think of that, though, it's so funny. I think of probably a little carnage along the way too, with these kids with the skis, just having a great time.
Yeah.
And that's what's nice about it. They have a fun time, and that's so important when you're introducing a kid to a sport, that it is fun.
Yeah, it's not by any means all about competition.
Right.
It's there's a whole slew of non-competitive events. There'll be a parade. There'll be a non-time tour based around our theme, and we'll talk about that. There's going to be an on-snow obstacle course.
How fun.
Now,
is this always on skis? Because I know you guys do snowshoeing as well, but this is based on skis.
The parade, they're on foot, but everything else, is on skis.
Right.
There's a pasta dinner on Saturday night.
Yum.
And it's drawing kids from Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, New York State. There's going to be probably some other people from other states that just, aren't on a big team coming.
Okay.
And I think another thing that's really fun for the kids is meeting other skiers.
Yes.
Of their age.
Yeah. And seeing other kids that embrace the sport, and it makes them improve and want to keep up.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
exactly.
the siblings thing. They have that competition in their minds, but they're also having fun doing it. Let's talk about the theme.
Yeah.
What theme is it?
The theme is Blast from the Past to the Future on Skis. And so sort of along those themes, I brought, this is a ski from a beautiful wooden ski from the past.
They're going to come out and get a shot of that so we can see, you can kind of see it a little bit on that shot. I'm holding steady, quick, getting it. All right, and there's a shot. Now, tell me about this binding in the ski again.
Well, this is a wooden ski made by Bana. It was made in Norway.
Okay.
And they started making skis back in the late 30s. And this area has a huge history of skiing.
Yeah.
Right here in the Mount Washington Valley area, and also up in Gorham and Berlin.
Okay.
And so as part of the event, we're going to have a ski tour where there'll be folks costumed in ski attire and wooden skis, from the historic point of view.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yep, and then there's going to be, there's posters along the way that'll note different events in time for skiing. They'll ski out to the Great Angel Cabin and then ski back in, and then, skiing into the future. It's certainly kids, are the future of the sport, and we hope that, cross country has a great future ahead.
Well, and with Great Glen in the lead, that is just a fantastic place to bring kids, because you not only have this great weekend coming up the 3rd and 4th of March, but you also offer camps, especially during February vacation.
Yes, yep, we've got our penguins and polar bears camp coming up, and that's a 3-morning camp on February vacation for kids 6 to 11.
Good.
So yeah, it's a great family place, and that's part of why we thought, it would be great to have the festival. It's a huge effort, absolutely, and we are still looking for volunteers to help.
Okay.
We do have a lot of good people signed up to help us out, but we're looking for volunteers to help.
And how would they get involved, and what exactly are you looking for? Like, would they be on snow? Is it more registration oriented?
Everything. Okay. Everything from parking to the on-snow positions are as course monitors for the most part. There's a fair amount of kid wrangling.
Similar to cat
wrangling. Getting kids to their various points on time.
Yeah.
There's involvement with the racing.
Good. Well, if any, you guys have always done a great job with all your events. Your staff is bar none. The fantastic staff. Love everything that you guys do up there. It's well done. So the Penguins and Polar Bears February vacation, you guys sign up for that. The Bill Koch thing, you do need to pre-register. So we need to get you guys on it. How do they do that?
Yep, great question. There is a special website for the BKL Festival, and it's 2012bklfestival.com.
Okay.
You can access it from the Great Glen Trails website. And families need to pre-register by February 24th, which is the Friday prior to the weekend. They can also save money if they do so by February 17th, because February 17th the price jumps.
Okay.
The Mount Washington Nordic Club really wants to see a lot of local kids get involved, and they have very generously offered to reimburse parents the entry fee for, I think, the first 100 kids from the area that register for the festival. The Mount Washington Nordic Club, will reimburse entry fees.
So you got to get to greatglentrails.com, the event page, and then if you scroll down to March 3rd and 4th, you'll see the link there. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
And you can get to the registration from there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we're looking at the webpage right now.
That's right.
Amazing. Way to go, guys. So this is the event page, and you can find out more information not only about the event, but how to register. And again, for the first 100 kids from this area, the Mount Washington Valley Nordic Club is going to be reimbursing you the entry fee. So the earlier you get on that, the more likely you are to be able to take advantage of that. So to recap, we have demo day today with 3 vendors on there on site. They're going to have deals on their gear in the Outfitter shop, which of course is open today. We have the Bill Koch Festival coming up on March 3rd and 4th. I mentioned penguins and polar bears coming up on February vacation.
Yep.
And then just a quick mention of Ski to the Clouds also on the calendar.
Yes, yep. That's such a great challenge event. It's another one of the great Challenge Mount Washington events. This one's on skis. It's a 10-kilometer
uphill
event.
Battle.
Mostly uphill, yeah. You get to warm up on the first 4 kilometers of Great Glen's trail system, and then you head up the auto road for 6 kilometers, gaining over 2,000 feet of elevation.
Now, is it skate or classic?
You know, it's really cool. It's a true freestyle event where you can do either, and everybody's in the same class.
And which do you find is the faster?
So far, the winner has been skating. I keep feeling like at some point the conditions will be such that the classic will take it, and I'm waiting for that. I think that'd be great.
Are you doing the event?
No, I usually help time it.
Oh, I was going to say,
yeah,
I'm putting my money on Sue. Oh, wonderful. I think we covered everything. Thank you so much for joining us here on the set.
Kelly.
It's you guys have done a great job, and GreatGlenTrails.com is a place, again, online to find more information about all these events. Get involved with the Bill Koch Festival coming up the first couple days in March, 3rd and 4th of March, and also to re-register your children. And with help from the Mount Washington Valley Nordic Club, you can get your registration fee reimbursed. So, Sue, thank you so much again. Always a pleasure to have you here. Folks, don't go away. We have a lot to do in the remaining minutes of the show, so don't touch that dial.